Bowman is gonna get a hair. He's gonna get a shave, and I need a shave too because tomorrow's special. I got a haircut, but I need to also keep up because look, what's the overall panel, man? Look like you guys were in prison or something like that. No, hey, my Bowman's gonna have a haircut. You Captain, look, you got one of the best haircuts I ever give somebody in prison. He got one of those. It's unique. And he's so unique that guess what happened? He said I want to keep it. I couldn't I cut his hair without I didn't have my glasses on. And then that was a good excuse to give him a bad haircut. I just want to get him on that one. Hey guys, look, this is my refrigerator. Remember the 4th of July they give us those chicken boxes? Well, July is very, very, very hot. So, what I do, I have my cooler, and then today was, I have to wash, but, hey, when I decide to do a live, it's just exactly when my bowmate went to get a haircut. I mean, get shaved. And also I need to get shaved. Ooh, shoot. Guess what happened? Look at that. You feel it? The popo. Something happened. You see that? Very far, 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 far away, far away. That's the popo. Because somebody came close to us. Those are things that happen in every prison in the United States, and that's why they're taking us communication. The other day I was talking about the first constitutional right, and nobody understood what I was saying is that as many of our prison have not behaved and doing the wrong thing, there's also the good things of being in prison that need to celebrate. I do show about the life of man when he decides to learn from the mistake and move on. But that is a small number. But I believe if we have more access to the internet, to the media, and then give a second chance to them and in a more modern way, a interaction, learning, and communication, then we can reform a man. We can give him a second chance, a real chance. Because what is prison right now in the United States? Look, 40% of the population, more than 40% of the population of this state is either in probation or being in prison and is in parole. That means 4 of every 10 person that you see in the state of Georgia, 4 out of 10 have been through these 4 walls or have been related to this. Now, the governor says that, hey, inmates in Georgia, they behaving, it's true, they're going to each other, but these people that have beef from the street that I believe if they go to each other because they own something, right? And part of the cleaning up, we're owning. That's part of going to hell because prison is hell on earth. And yeah, I have met people that they are the worst of the worst. Those are the ones that say, yeah, we need policemen, and yes, we need lawyers and judges to send those people. I know people, bad people, and I have to spend time with them too. People that, yeah, that went and robbed your grandmother or went to gas station and decide to take your car or, yeah, they do stupid things. some of the beautiful drugs, those to venture the adrenaline, or is it just kids to be stupid because that was fun? Well, and everything that you read about, everything that you see in the newspaper, you see on the big screen on TV or on a movie, I happen to see it here every day. I don't know, Brian, but yeah, we're criminal. It's how are you in Bolivia? And but they have other guys that, for instance, the captain. The guy has his own boat, came to this state to have vacation, and now he's giving him probation. That's the slogan according to Georgia. Those uh, charges of blew it of what the reality is. So we say, well, wait a minute. So what you're saying is police don't solve bad people? No. What I'm saying is that we create the laws to control the people that we don't like, right? The problem is, the problem is when they wrongly apply to anybody, just to like we're doing right now. We need control of the border, but we need it like the way he's doing it. Hey, the adjustment of the dollar probably was, but not a drop of so many billions of dollars and destroy in 30 days what took 5 years to recuperate. So now we're talking about who's deserved to be in prison. Then I guess the guy that you call it the big chief should be in prison. 34 indictments and now child molestation. And believe me, what it smells like, it looks like, duck, yeah, he is one of those. And experience with over 18 years spending time with a real criminal, I could tell you that yes, this person, unfortunately, he is the guy that deserves a stick on the back. And that's what they do to some of those guys here. So when the word comes around, they say, yeah, he did it. And when he comes to whatever for the prison, it happens. Or they didn't deserve it. But we definitely need to have some type of modification on the legal system in the whole United States. Look at the deportation. Huh? Oh, the guy will always ask for Jem-k, my friend Jem-k. What happened to Jem-k? Jem-k said that Papi Trump was going to deport him. The Papi Trump, he was going to have, guess what? Papi Trump is taking the Honduran permit for Central American help, canceled for Hondurans and Nicaraguans. Left for Salvadorians. Well, Jem-k, his family is from Honduras. I'm not laughing over the reality, but I told him so, and what happened, so. So, when one has been asking about Jem-k, so what happened to Jem-k? In the meantime, they gave him a private room, a special room, no maximum security. He already had maximum security. Now he's separate from society, and it is. I heard that he got in a plane. Well, remember that Trump went to Salvador, and if he's not in a secret place in El Salvador, he's gonna be in Gator. He get a place in Florida. Arkansas Gator. Because he loves Trump so much. Trump probably could give him an award Remember that the president from Salvador says that he knew Jem-k, he knew about Jem-k. Well, could be. I'm sure he does. Um, but that's it. We have a different idea of, of who we are. I unfortunately believe that I'm in prison and innocent. And Jem-k did commit a crime and he acknowledged it and had to pay his time. Uh, did he deserve a parole? Yes, I believe so because he did change. He's one of the few that learned the lesson early in his life. I always tell him that he's one of those guys that trying to make a million, right? Took him his life to prison. Now here in prison he makes a million, not only the followers, but on money too. He did good. No, nothing wrong with that. Good money. He did something that many artists didn't do. Tupac didn't have the opportunity, and many other people that have done time in prison. But we got together. I said we because yeah, he got signed and had his own video, but he didn't have videos about music yet until the face-based program started, and he did not want to be in the face-based program um, because it was about changing what in a prisoner's mind. I said, okay, just stay. The worst thing can happen is that you learn something different. Like what, Pana? What about a bunch of guys that haven't grown with the father because they grew up in prison? Because their father was in prison. Well, the uncles and the role models were the people they admire in their life went to prison.
What about the ones where you're the only one that goes to prison?
Huh?
What about the one where you're the only one that goes to prison?
What about the only one that go to prison?
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah. You have the whole family going. What about the one guy, the black sheep?
What about the black sheep?
Yeah,
I happen to have the black sheep here.
black
Do
sheep.
you remember that guy? On the where is it? Right. For the black sheep, got a black sheep,
Bad seed.
bad seat. Bad throat,
Bad seed. No
bad to the
good.
bone.
No good.
Captain, you gonna tell me? Okay, should I finish the subject about Jem-k and then come back to my boatmate story about the tattoos or no?
I'm going to the shower.
You go to the shower?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So you're gonna just tell me a little bit of something. You're gonna come back. Look, Captain, you're already writing your novel. What's the name of that book? You know that this guy happens to live where Hemingway lives, by the way, and a bunch of writers just meet down there. If you don't know, find out. Uh, if you don't know, find out that in oh shoot, hold on. In Florida, when you go to all to the end, there is a 7 mile bridge that takes you down to Key West, which is 90 miles to Cuba. 99.
90 miles.
90 miles to Cuba. It's a trip. It's a nice ride to go. Any part of the world is where you get the either the sunrise or the sunset. Either way you get it. You stop at the bridges and then you get the sun. This is the most spectacular pictures you could get. And the sunset is like you're always on gold. Right or wrong?
That's right.
That's what people travel for all around the world. Just pin the night.
That's right.
Exactly. So we're not millionaires, but we've been there. We know what life is about, all good about. What is worth it to do good. I always recommend to do good. That's just my idea because I was doing good
Smart.
and end up doing bad. But
Hey,
I spend time also with guys that they're bad, but they're good. They're good. I don't envy them. We're doing good now. Back to Jem-k, and he could be in Gator over there. Not only Gator, they got anacondas in Florida. Do you know that when Hurricane Andrew came through, they destroyed the zoos and also they had the snakes zoo over there in Florida, and the bunch of snake got out. But the one like you see the movie with J-Lo, that big snake, the guy you like this. Okay, that one could be like that waiting for my friend. Yeah, I don't necessarily, I don't wish you that, but hey, we keep asking me what is it, what happened? I said would all happen before. Happens that when he was transferred from the from Dubai to the other place, that the TV were waiting, that the fans were on the doing the riot outside on the fences. They want Jem-k out. They have sent letters to the board. They have sent the president of Salvador Honduras. They have sent letters to Jem-k and all that drama. Do you guys remember that? Okay, that happened with Jem-k. So then the officer that who he was when he got there, because most likely when you go and transfer, believe it or not, they know who's coming in and what is the reason that you've been transferred. So if they say telephone, it's on the record, but he also had one officer that was one of his fans, and that officer, of course, Jem-k, it's been said that he paid with meat. Of course, because he had received the package, we gave him transfer. So, got some sausages in the package. That he paid good. Anyways, I think it's like 9 inches of sausage that comes in the package. They can't come with garlic. If we don't know, we can find out. What about you? You guys want to find out about the how big is that sausage? It's up to you. Hey, what else about Jem-k? So my friend is not recording new videos, no new music, because he's in a sanctuary, which is good. You guys read that the prophet, the one that spent like 3 years on a cave. Well, Jem-k is getting pieces, separate pieces. He already got a bird on his room, which he says that he didn't know what was the reason that that bird had to come and nest on his window. Guys, go his video. It's very nice about how he talk about a bird, nesting on a window for a person in prison. It's something. Is an unexpected pet that is many songs and many novels have been written about it. It's considered a blessing to have a bird in the house. Now imagine in your garden. Now imagine in prison in your window. So of course that's beautiful. But it also been said it was a prophet in the Bible. It says that he went into a cave for 3 years. He was fed on by a bird. But probably this bird made him famous, will give him enough money so he doesn't have to make more videos for 3 years and just find himself. Because he could afford it.
Sounds sweet.
What's happening?
36 suits, sounds sweet.
Hey, come over here, my friend. I'm live. This guy is also famous.
How y'all doing? How you doing?
But what's your story? This is my neighbor. Listen, many places in prison. I'm one of those that promote to know your neighborhood. Doesn't matter anywhere in the world. If you don't know who's next to you, most likely you will easily will fight with that person or be, you know, just judge a book by the cover.
Right.
And in prison, shoot, guys, look, I grew up in Panama. Blacks and Hispanic was, it was I have cousins that we call him black. Hey, black, what's up? Hey, negro, what's up?
Yeah. Yeah.
And nobody get mad. Now I came to Georgia and I call anybody negro. Woo! They look at me like, what's up with you, pana? What's up with you? What's up? What's up? Um, but I talk to everybody because in Panama there's no big issue. But in Georgia, historically, it was bad. It was remember the slavery and the policemen and the singers and the music and the boxers and all the history of baseball, everything, the growth of the United States. When you talk about the South, you talk about Georgia. So you get uh, a strong cultures here in prison. The things that I see in prison, and whoa, I read about it. So, and I expected to be a witness of those things. I was one of those guys that I did. I wasn't the same, but I did everything according to what was raised with the principle, morals, and values. That if you do it, there's moral consequence for those. So with that, I also grew up about a block away from my grandma's house. Um, there was what do you call it, cuartel, which was a prison. So I knew that the prison was for bad people. So always was about something that, yeah, I knew exactly where the prison was, but who want to know what's what life is behind the bars, or what do they do, or what they don't do. Well, many choose to show you the bad and the worst of any man anywhere in the world. Because in prisons all around the world they have addictions or whatever. So, but I'm not. What I will tell you about that? I will tell you about probably talk about something that we need a reform. We need ways of reforming man. We not cannot continue just warehousing people and expecting a different result. You cannot just storage people on a bed, give them some pills to go to sleep, and 10 years later come out of the incubator and expect them to be a functional person in society. Would you? Could you think you would do that? Many people came because problems with addiction of what? Painkillers? Good people. Hurt themselves or whatever and came here to spend 5 years in prison, destroy the whole family, 10 years. Some of the consumers, some of the sellers. But that changed the landscape of our life in society. And we're not considering that what we do is dumping in people in prison. That's a form of modern slavery. That's the way I see things in Georgia. The black people are fighting with their teeth to get the right, and now your president is just dumping it like he doesn't care. However, guess what? He got 34 felonies. I only have one. I have two. And I'm not lying. Two sentences. And I have a crooked fingers, but I'm not lying. Okay, two sentences. Already finished one sentence of 10, and I'm doing from 10, the other 10 to get out on 20, 35 if I max out. What's happening?
One of them 10.
Tim is taking a shower.
In the
You might
shower.
even have some help or something.
Tell him to pull up the tattoo room.
Oh, okay.
Alright. Appreciate it. Going on, shoot.
Okay, though. So my neighbor came to visit and we were talking about Jem-k. I don't know if you met Jem-k. Did you meet Jem-k? Or you heard of Jem-k? My homie over there that he was had over 1 million followers, very well known in YouTube. He's well known on Facebook and Instagram. Um. Anyways, let me put my glasses and read something that you guys are asking me because this guy came to visit. I was jumping one thing to another. I was just going live. I was going to show you different things that are good. One thing was when Bommy just got a beard on. This guy could say something while I just make some noise because what nobody knows what happened when I'm making a video. Something happened. The smoke alarm goes off. Somebody decided to fight, or there's a basketball game, a soccer game, or whatever. Somebody's screaming the Super Bowl. So every time in prison, privacy doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So I recorded because that's how life is. Now this I was finding like was there nothing wrong with my neighbors to come and say, hey, what's up? But most of the prison at this time, guess what happened? It doesn't happen. Right or wrong?
No.
And if it comes, I will be with some type of a weapon which could be charged me with. If it has a point, it says is what for? Well, it doesn't inherit a culture.
Tell me.
Prison, no, sir. What's happening? I'm live. Come on.
What's up, live? How y'all doing? I got 6 suits.
We happen to have
Going on YouTube. How y'all doing, man?
look. That's another guy that you guys see him. He's. I was talking about
talented.
problem with drugs and how people destroy, and then we just give them years rather than reformation. I met a guy that was a motorcycle driver. He liked to have fun. There's nothing wrong with it. But he got an accident. Guess what? They got a painkiller that fixed the problem. But then came to an addiction. With addiction came the problem. With the problem and people in prison.
Oh, you must be telling my story.
Oh shoot! What happened to be that he's also a singer, he's a rapper too. This other guy took a break.
I would say artist.
He's an artist.
Yeah, how about that?
An artist, excellent. So I find in prison a guy who's learning the lesson. He's getting up.
Yeah. So,
But what is the Department of Correction doing for him?
well, they give me a hard track to ride. It's like a motocross track that's never been groomed. It's just ruts and breaks and bumps and stuff that wouldn't naturally be there if they groomed the track. But
And continue.
you don't have a choice, though. You have to, when you
Man,
fall
that's
down
what-
here, or when you fall down in life, you got to pick your bike up and get back on and ride again. That's the best advice that I could.
It's just that
say.
easy.
I mean, it's
just that easy.
it sounds that easy, but it's not. It's a mental phenomenon that occurs that gives you the ability to overcome adversity in life. That's what this prison sentence has taught me.
Okay, look, this is what I want to do. I want to check this. I'm gonna. Hey, no sé, Perú dice, saludo desde Perú. Levi Pocket, what's happening? The Hertz. Hey, this is 29 minutes recording. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna restart one with these guys only. The other one I'm gonna cut pieces and see what like a savage of that. Thank you guys, and I'll be right back.